Alright, today in this plugin, what we are going to see is how to create a plugin that will allow us to book a table in the restaurant. Consider this is a restaurant website where we have a customer who is ready to book a table. So let's say we have a chef's table, we have outdoor view table, we have family dining, we have romantic corner, and each of them we have the capability or the limitation of guests that it can hold. The chef table can hold 2 guests, the outdoor view can hold 4 guests, the dining can hold 6 guests, and the romantic corner can hold 2 guests. Along with that, the dishes also listed here. So here see grilled salmon, butter chicken, pasta alfredo, and then we have truffle risotto. Cool. Now I am a customer. I would like to book the chef table, and I am booking it, and it is asking for the name. This is my name and this is my phone number. I'm submitting it. So once the data gets submitted, it is getting stored somewhere. So let me show you where the data getting stored. So the data can be stored and viewed on this particular table. So chef table got booked at 6 p.m. by Vishal, and this is his phone number, and this is the time that he booked him, and this is the image of the table. And this is from the customer point of view. What if I want to add as a owner one more table? So for that, what I'll do is I'll get into add table. Now I am going to add a table called VIP launch. So this is going to be the title, and number of guests that the table can hold is 8, and the dish that it can have is streak, champagne and lobster, and the featured image. So since we have a VIP launch, let's select this and publish. So once you make a publish, you'll see the website will have auto update with the table that you have selected. Now you see VIP launch is there, and what if some other customer has come and made a request for the romantic corner where we have 2 guests and where we have the dishes which is listed here on the, let's say, on 8 p.m. today. Book now, and he is going to fill his name, he is going to give his number and click on submit. So once he submits, the data will be saved in the database and can be viewed on this particular table called table bookings. And now the restaurant owner will know that romantic corner got booked by the name with his phone number on 8 p.m. at this time. And cool. Now that's the intro. And now what are the features that we are going to see as a WordPress developer? We'll see how to create custom post type and meta box. So this is the custom post type restaurant table, and this is the meta box, the number of guests allowed and popular dishes. So these are meta box, and in the WP list table we have 2 WP list table, one for the tables. You can see this table beautifully has photos, guest and dishes. By default, WordPress will not allow you to have photos, guest and dishes. I'll show you how to configure it. Along with that, the another table where we can see the bookings. Now again, this image, this slot, this customer and phone is not will WordPress will not default show you, but you have to make some configuration to make this available. We'll see how to add this. And once someone enters the table in the post type, we can have access to the table in the front end with the help of archive. So this is actually the archive page. We'll see how to create beautiful archive page. And the Ajax handling. What is Ajax handling? When someone books some table, let's say 8 p.m. and he submits the data, so without page refresh you'll see the data getting saved, and that can be viewed on this bookings table. So without page refresh we are saving the data to a database that's called Ajax. So let's get into the code. So for that, let me just deactivate the old plugin so that we can create our new. It doesn't conflict with our old one. In the WordPress where we have set up, get into the plugins folder and TAURENT. So this is the folder that we need. Along with that, we need a PHP file. So let's create a new file and name it the same as our folder name is restaurant.php. Now we need a metadata for name, description and version number. For that we need to have a comment, and this is the name, this is the description, this is the version, and this is the author name. So on page refresh, you'll see your plugin got displayed, and once I click on activate, as of now nothing will happen, but I want a custom post type to get created. So for that we will be using the register post type function on init hook. When the init hook runs, I want my custom post type to work. So let's say table. So let's name the custom post type as something called hotel, and hotel tables is the CPT name that you would have. And if I refresh, since the plugin is active, you'll see hotel tables. If I click on add post, so as of now title and thumbnail, so you'll see title and you'll see thumbnail. Now let's add a meta box. Meta box is nothing but a custom field. Since this is default CPT, all the data other than what the post usually have, which is the title, text editor and feature image, all the custom fields information data will store into a table called WP post meta. So that's additional information about your post. Now we have to get the CPT. So this is the CPT that we need to link, and we have two fields. The first one number of guests, the second one popular dishes. Since these data are stored into the WP post meta table, that has a getter and setter function. So the getter and setter function is actually get post meta, and in WP post meta the value will be stored in the form of key and value. So for guest this is a key, and for dishes this is a key, and the value is simply what you enter into the input field. Now since we have linked our CPT, now this will show up in this particular page. Now when I click on save, I want these custom field to get saved as well. So for that we have used the getter. Now it's time to use a setter to fill those values into the WP post meta. So when the save post hook runs, we want to get these input field value with the help of post global variable, and update the key with the help of update post meta, and this is the setter. So once this is done, we would be able to fill the information. So let's just try adding VIP launch, number of guests and dishes. The number of guests is 8, and the dishes, and the featured image for the VIP launch. Publish. Let's try adding one more, which is chef's table. Click on add table. You'll see table information. Number of guests allows 2, and this is the dish. And for the chef table, set the featured image. So these added information can be viewed on this tab, which is hotel tables. By default it will just show you the name and the date. So I want my custom field data to be visible, so for that we'll use a hook. So here in this case we'll just add the CPT, and these are the column names: photo, guest and dishes. So once I refresh, you'll see the table will have header, photo, guest and dishes. Now the relevant data that we need to fetch from the WP post meta with the help of getter, which is get post meta. Now the relevant column data, before that let me just fix the CPT. So once the CPT is set, with the help of getter we are getting the value, and we are displaying in the relevant column. So guest and dishes are not saved, I don't know why. If I click on edit, it has not saved because we haven't changed the CPT name. So I have to reinsert. For chef I have added all the data. Now these data I want it in the CPT, sorry, in the archive page. So to get into the archive page, what we need to do is we need to call a hook, which is template redirect, sorry, archive redirect, and the relevant archive is hotel, and the name is going to be archive hotel.php. You can name anything, and let's just create a new file and name it as. Now in the archive page we just need to loop all the values what is there in the table. So it's a regular hook. Make sure you query proper post type. Here it's hotel, and these are CSS we don't need. So what happens is we are creating the archive page, so we need to maintain our custom CSS. That's why we have added here. Now as I said, we are just a CRUD operation. We are getting the values from outside of post. So from with the help of getter, we are using the post meta table data also. And if I click on view, by default the hotel will not be viewable because WordPress will not understand our CPT URL. So to rewrite URL, we need to change the permalink. So WordPress will flush the URL and now it is visible. So there seems to be an error on, it says we haven't saved it yet. So if I refresh, you'll find the two data that you have added displayed here. Now just below the loop we have a pop-up. If I click on submit, so it's asking for time to select. So let's select some time and click on select and click on book. You'll see the pop-up. Now what we have here, when someone fills this information will be sent through Ajax. So for that we have created a form object where we are appending the form field and sending it through Ajax. So you'll find over here we're sending it through Ajax, which this FD is nothing but the form data object. And these data that needs to get handled, for that we are already sending a action key. So let's handle the request. To handle the request in WordPress, that's why we are sending the action attribute. We have to combine it with wp underscore ajax underscore. This is the action attribute, one for the logged in user, one for the non-logged in user. Now since we are sending this data through post, we will be accessing it with the help of post super global variable and storing it somewhere. Now this inquiry is itself an post type. I'm going to make it as a post type. Usually we store it into a different table, but we'll make this as a post type also, a post type itself. So for that I am making a post type called hotel data. So this is a custom, this is a CPT I'm making it, and this CPT I'm inserting it. Once I insert, I get the post ID. So with the help of post ID, the CPT will have the metadata gets stored into the WP post meta table. So for that we need a post ID. We get the post ID, and with the post ID we see these keys getting generated and relevant value would be stored on the WP post meta. Now we want to list our CPT which I've created right now, hotel data, over here. So for that again we need to use register post. So in the register post we are saying this is the handle and this is the CPT that needs the submenu. So if I refresh, you will see the submenu getting added just because we have edit. This link that you will see over here is same. Now if I click on it, we don't have any data now. Now let's try filling one. Let's select the chef table and give the relevant name and phone and click on submit. It says invaluable because we haven't changed the name somewhere. Let's see where is the place. The data is coming from here, invalid table. It's hotel. The CPT, it's seeing the CPT, that's why it's finding an issue. Now chef table 6 p.m. name, phone number, submit. Now our data would be stored. Yes. So let's see whether data is stored or not. Yes, it got saved, but it doesn't have the similar way of adding meta field. Let's do the similar way what we have already. So one hook for setting the column name, one hook for getting the, you have to make sure that we are using our CPT or else this won't work. Now we need to set. So let's just set the value individually. So based on the table, based on the image, based on the slot, based on the customer, we want the data to fetch from the post meta, and that's the reason why we are using switch case. Case for the table one, case for the image, case for the slot. Each of them will be just getting the value from the get post meta. So if I make a refresh, you'll find the relevant post details. So as of now, we could see, let's try adding one more table to make sure the outdoor view, and now we have the dish, the number of guests, the dishes, and selecting the table and click on publish. Once you click on publish, you will see the table on the front end, and if someone books the same table, let's say click on submit, that data you'll find it in the table booking CPT. So outdoor view booked by Joss on this, for this time, on this particular, on this day. So I hope the scope of this video is done. Thank you so much for listening. Meet you tomorrow with another plugin.